Hi, Terry. So welcome. And Terry, you did get your album kit.
Hi, Terry.
And let me turn
So
off that
welcome
volume
and
there
Terry.
so we don't echo. There we go. Okay, well, we're going to wait a few minutes and I'm just going to talk about the 49 Market Cottagecore for just a second. One thing, if you did get the kit, then you'll know that, and this is why I have to tell you guys, I'm not allowed to pack kits, but I took this one on to help the warehouse. So everybody that ordered this kit was sent out, and you may already have them, your recipe cards. So if you don't have your recipe cards, they're in the mail, they'll be here. Also, this line came out, and what happened? 49 a Market came out for the retailers in a class, and we did this class together, and then we were able to order the supplies. Of course, we ordered our kit, then we ordered our supplies. First time they've ever made an album like this. And they ran out. I bought cases and cases, and I know and you know what? Then there's no more. They found out they oversold. I was really sad, but they went ahead and did a reprint. They're doing a reshipment, but it won't be here till the first, well, right after Christmas. And I am in that order. So I do have 24 more coming. Like I said, Janine, the owner of 49 Market, created the album, but a couple things with it that I know everybody in the industry does their own set of binders, but it does not fit anybody else's in the industry. And I was sad because if they're going to make these beautiful binders, I hope that they'll make them so that we can interchange like Doodlebug and Simple Stories has. But it is beautiful, but it will only fit their stuff. There was Melissa, but they sold out. I mean, the minute I put them on, they sold out in 20 minutes. So there are more coming. I have ordered more of everything. It will not be here till after Christmas. It's due to hit their warehouse like the 23rd, and then they will be shipping out. Now, I will get more binders, but they're only going to be coming in the kit. So if you buy the kit, but you can do anything you want with it. So I want to show you a couple of other things. When we did this in class with the retailers, which I'm so glad she did that, that was amazing. But I learned some things that we're not going to do, such as cutting different embellishments here. Otherwise, well, no, you can cut them. I am not, because it's going to tear it up, and they're very delicate, some of them, and I don't want those to tear. So you'll see here, I did not cut, and I'll show you a few things. Now, with that being said, I don't have a binder. I'm going to have to work from this one, but I do have the innards. So that'll be fine, but I'll take everything out, and we're going to have to work. I'll have to work everything a little bit different, and it will not fit. I was hoping it would fit in my Doodlebug binder, brown one, but the holes do not fit. So I'm sad. Very sad. Now, if you ordered your kit from me, then you did receive, because I have these printed right at our printer that does our papers. I don't know if you'll get these from if you ordered these from somewhere else, but out as a courtesy, I am doing the tutorial for those of you that kind of got the kit and then you didn't get a tutorial or anything. And if you didn't get the instructions, but I think you may have, they may not be quite as glossy and nice because I had them professionally printed and enhanced for my kits, just so you know, because I have a printer because I print paper. So for that, you will not see that in another kit. I don't know. You could get a different kit if you bought it from a different company. If you bought it from Country Craft Creations, I took care of you. You got your beautiful written instructions, so you could also do it on your own. Written by Janine. They weren't by me. It was by Janine, who owns 49 a Market. And then you did get the ribbon that I used on mine. And so the kits, when they come due again in January, it'll be the exact same. You'll get this. You'll get your ribbon, and then you're going to get your white cardstock from me. You may not get that from another company. Okay. I don't know what you'll get from another company. I don't know. I know some are, ooh, there goes my camera. Hold on a minute. Some are even charging you to take the class. I'm going to straighten out my camera really quick. And if that's the case and you're here because you need help, I want you to know I'm glad you're here and I'll give you all the help you need. So I'm just going to turn off make sure my autofocus is gone. We're going to leave that up for a minute and see if that happens again. All right, we'll minimize this. If we have that again, I'll have to grab it and fix it. So how I'm going to work my class today, you may be asking, because it is, oh, let's go through this. It's absolutely beautiful. It's really not hard. We're going to first go through and cut our white cardstock, and we're going to prepare our tabs with our rub-on so I can show you how I use those. Now, again, you can use these totally any way you like. And again, these will not stick unless you use adhesive. I know they come self-stickable, but I'm going to tell you right now, they're all going to come off. It's going to come off and they're not going to stick. Okay. I'm just going to grab this real quick. Then we're going to start here. So I want to put this aside for just a minute. And I want you to literally take your insides out. How many of you out there have the kit and you've already started it? If you have, so I'm going to take these out. These are all my plastic sleeves because we're not going to work on those right away. First thing, and then we're going to take out our pockets. And then I have to show you something that I'm really, these were not, I never seen these before in my life. These were not in my original kit. So how many of you did get these? These are very nice. But you know what? I have a feeling these came from my Doodlebug binder. Oh, it did. So, I think I got a couple of kits mixed up. And that's okay. Let me make sure I didn't just grab my Doodlebug kit. I think I did. Doodlebug kit doesn't come with these. Wow. Hold on, guys. Let me grab my other set of thingies here. I did grab the wrong one. Whoops. Okay. You know what? I have been playing with so many of these. So this is wrong. This is Doodlebug. And that is why there are the tan color, because I was going to try and put these in my brown binder, but these will not fit. Let me get those out of here. Woohoo. Okay, when you take out what is in your album now, you will have the correct things. We're going to have, and I think these are really cool. You're right, Tanya. Now, see, this one and a couple of them did come. I hope yours did not. It came from the factory. And I took this so I didn't give it to a customer. I didn't want them to have that. We're going to take those out. So I want to show you. So these are going to be the white dividers. Yeah, and we're gonna, like I said, we're gonna do some things different than what, like this. This is not going to happen when we do it, because I'm gonna show you some different ways. So you'll have one. You don't have as many plastic sleeves. You have 2, 3, and then these are in your extra pack. So we're supposed to have 3 of these. I will pull from here. Like I said, we had a defective one. So I'm having to work from the defective one because I was not going to give that to a customer. And I just want to make sure they didn't get mixed up in here. No, they did not. I should have checked these better. Okay. But I can work from here. That's not a problem. Then we have these 2, which I think are really cool. Oh, there it is. Very cool. Then we have, these are the 2 sheets. And these are what we're going to put our rub-ons on. And then these are what we're going to glue on down here. And we do use these white strips. So we're going to actually be starting with those. Actually, there may be 4. And then you have these 2 pockets. Solid on the back, pockets on the front. Hi, Linda. And then you can put those aside. We are going to start with these dividers. So this is going to be all day. What we're going to do is we're going to start and we're going to do the basics using our Cottagecore album instructions. And I'm going to show you some of the, because I've already made it, I'm going to show you some of the things that I think will work better. Not that it's already fabulous, because Janine did an amazing job. It's so adorable, but there's some things that I would like better. And you can do them or not do them. So what we're going to do is we're going to start first with cutting. Even though 1 and 2 shows us doing this stuff, we're not going to. We're going to come over here to number 4. And so the boxes are very nicely marked. That's what I like. Like I said, we were able to enhance it with printing. So that should help you guys, I hope. And we're just going to start right here on number 4. And there's one thing that you have in your Cottagecore, and this is, I'm telling you, I am so in love with this collection. The back of our cover sheet, we're going to use everything. You're going to have so much fun with this. But I'm going to be doing this all day. We're going to go till about noonish, and then we'll take a break. And we're going to come back and work some more. And then I'm going to take a break. We're not going to stop till I'm finished with this book today. I'm going to try and keep things in order for right now. And at the back, we were given these extra, oh, I don't need my back cover sheet. See, we're going to be using the covers, so do not dispose of those. I don't think you would anyway. We want to start here with the green, which I think is really cool that those are part of what's in here. So we have 2 of the green 6x8s. And I'll keep it kind of slow for everybody. You're working along with me. And if, like I said, if you did purchase elsewhere, you may get the link that we did as a class for retailers. But I'm going to tell you right now, you better work fast because there's no keeping up. Even I was struggling. I'm going to use my Catherine Pooler Spiced ink. If you use a brown, you don't have to ink. But I think this one looks super good. I did ink everything else. And I'm going to use my Spiced. They're just the minis. We're going to be bringing in all the Catherine Pooler colors for the new year because I think it's a very superior ink. And I'm finding I absolutely love it. So we'll want some glue. Hi, Nikki. Want some glue and then some what's it called? Adhesive. I would use like red line, or you can use, we'll be using a little bit of our score tape. So did everybody get their green out? So what we're going to do is we're going to just cut this in half so that it is 4 by 6. Now the rest we want to cut 3 by 4. So we've already got the 4. We need to cut these 2 at 3. Time for the clothespins. Then we're going to take the next one. We're going to do the same thing. We're just going to cut it in half at 4 inches. And then cut that in half at 3 inches. Now take the bottom piece and cut in half at 3 inches. And that will give us 6. We have one 4 by 6 photo mat. And 6 3 by 4 photo mats. And we're going to clip those together however you like to keep yours together. Then we're going to put them aside for right now. Next is going to be from the 12 by 12. What we want is 8 4 by 6. No, excuse me, 8. Yeah, 8 4 by 6. So we're going to go 6 inches. Now we can cut this down to 4. So we'll get 6 4 by 6 pieces from one 12 by 12. And this is the second half, so I'm going to cut it now at 4, just in increments of 4. And I know that the instructions are pretty good, but sometimes it's just more fun to work together. Now I'm going to cut this piece at 4 and then 6. That'll give me my next 2 without using up that much paper. We don't need to cut it at 6 yet. And then you should have 8 4 by 6. 6 7 8. Now I'm going to turn my paper this way, and I'm going to cut it at 3 3/4 by 5 3/4. We only need one of these. Now, there may be a spot or two as we're going along that we might have to cut 1 or 2 more things, but you'll have plenty of white paper for that. Okay. And we will, some of these are going to go on the green, so we're going to mat those beforehand too, because if we mat them beforehand, I found it was easier than going back and doing them. So I'm kind of letting you guys catch up for a minute. So while you're catching up, I'm just going to go through and take a peek at where these 4 by 6s, I mean the 3 by 4s will you'll see that we used the greens here, and then we actually used the rub-ons. And the backs were very nice the way they are, but you'll be able to add if you like. So we will be putting our white on there. Now, hello, Lillian. Now we can move on because it does say to prepare our photo mats. Now we want 8 4x6s. We've got those. We have 1 3 7/5, 3 3/4 by 5 3/4. Now we need 6. So 6 that are going to be, I'm going to cut mine. We're going to do 6 3 3/4 by 2 3/4. For this one, I'll just cut 3 3/4 and then 2 3/4. So let's make 6 of those. And then keep your scraps if you need. I have to tell you, I just go ahead and throw them in the garbage, and I don't squish them. And then if I need them, I can grab them out. That's kind of my little thing because I don't want them sitting all over my desk. So 3 3/4 like this, I'm going to throw away, but it's just my paper garbage can. If I need it, then I can reach in and grab it. If I don't need it, then that's proof it belonged in the garbage. And 2 3/4. And that's kind of how I've trained my brain to get rid of stuff. See, I've got 4, so I need 2 more of those. So I grabbed another 12 by 12 white. We're going to cut it 2 3/4 and then 3 3/4 because I only need, did I say 2 more? Yes. And 3 3/4 will give me 2. Now sometimes, depending on how we craft, I decided to do this with you because this is what I get lost. I really do. And unless somebody, I'm following them. You wouldn't think I would, but I do. That's why I chose to cut all this with you. Graphs are nice, but I don't do them. So that's why we're cutting together, guys. Now we want to have 4 3x4s. Three inches was my first cut. And then 4 inches will be your second cut, and you'll get 3 out of there. And we need 1 more. So I'm going to turn it this long way. This one I'm going to cut 4 inches. And 3 inches. So we have our 4 4x3 photo mats. And then that is all on that, but we need 1 more. We need a 4 inch by 4 1/2. So I don't think I can get it from there, but those are good pieces. So those I'll hang on to. So our last one will be 4 inches by 4 1/2. Okay, in your kit, I gave you extra. So it allows you to make those human mistakes. That's why we put extra in there. How is everybody doing with cutting? Is anybody cutting along with me? Okay, I'm going to set these aside with my green. I mentioned how we are going to, oh, are you cutting with me? Okay, good. Let's go through just really quick. Like I said, we're doing these different. You'll see it makes it a little difficult to turn. And so we're going to fix that. Okay. Goodness. We have these two that are going to be our 4x6, and then the back. So I want you right now to grab two. Yeah, if you miss any cuts, just check that on your cutting guide. It's right here next door to the frames. Now we want to also take those white. So these are 3x4 photo mats. Those are too big, and those are just right. So we're going to put our 2 3/4 by 3 3/4 on the front and the back. Now you can set yours up any way you like. This is easier for me. So I'm going to put 2, 4 on that pile because I know I need to do front and back. The 2 I have left, I just put 1 on the front of the green. These 2 we use elsewhere. Because this one with the rub-on will only have, it has nothing on the back. Okay. This is a really nice album, but we got to do a couple of pages just different. I'm going to go ahead and ink my green first. Remember, these are our 3x4 photo mats. Yes. That's just perfect on there. The spiced. Cover up those white edges. I'll put those in my 2 pile. And if you were in our holiday magic retreat, I had so much fun doing the binder, using the Doodlebug binder and the Simple Stories Alpine Lodge. I'm really liking these. I mean, I like them. It's not, I'm going to go do them all the time, but I do love them. And I'm going to do a Christmas one that will come out in a little bit because these are really fun. Okay, let's grab our glue and our 2 3/4 by 3 3/4. We're going to glue first on the front and back. And then these are going to be all ready when we get to that part of our album, and we'll be able to just pop our rub-ons on and put them in the envelope. Now, I do have some of the papers from Cottagecore and some of the elements still available. You can build your own using a different, like the Doodlebug binder with the pockets. And now we're going to put one on the back of this one and the second one here in just a minute. I also found if we do this now, we don't have to go back, because sometimes we just don't go back, if you know what I mean. I found that out with the class because it went so fast. I was not able to, I mean, we did it in like 4 hours. I'm doing this all day with you guys so that it doesn't feel rushed. I had to go back and do some of this. And to be honest with you, when I have to go back and finish things up, sometimes I don't. So we're doing this now. It's better to have them done and ready to put into our pocket. And then if I do lose you anyway, anywhere, just remember, you do have, if you purchased from me, you have your guide here. And right now we are on the number 4 square, and your number 4 square is nicely marked. And what we're going to do is everything in that number 4 square, so that when we get to those elements, we are prepared. And we don't have to stop and then put our matting on, and we just have to do our fun stuff like rub-ons. I really like the rub-ons. They've changed a lot, and they are so fun to use. Okay, make our nice pile of green and white. Somebody did not give my beagles the notice that we have class today. No barking. Let's turn off the heat. Okay, those are done. So we can just set them aside for a minute to dry, because the next frame we want is going to be our 4x6. And then that last piece that we cut, that was 3 7/3, is one of the last ones. 3 1/4. I can't say 3 7/5. 3 1/4 by 5 1/4. That's going to go on this green. One thing we did in class, I did draw lines around. So you can go back. We'll go back and do that after. I'm not going to do this during the class. But see, I drew lines around this edge. I just hand drew them. And I'll do one for you. And they don't have to be perfect. We did them in class for our, still can't believe our holiday magic retreat is over. We had some really fun projects, but I did draw some lines on my album. Thanks to Tanya encouraging me. They really are cute. And the best pens that I like are, if you have a Cricut, and if you don't have a Cricut, then you can still buy these, the Cricut pens, because you know they're going to be, and I use the 0.4, you know they're going to be fabulous. And all you do It's like keeping your eye on the road. And I just move my wrist. I don't try to move my fingers or anything. I just let my wrist drag it down. So just place your wrist and drag it across. I'm not looking for perfection. I'm looking for homemade. So that you can do on your photo mats, and I will do that. That's something I'll do after, because I don't want to take up the time for that one. So we're going to set these aside. Our photo mats are inked, done, and ready to go. And let's just take the last two green 3x4, and I just want to ink the edges. And then we're all inked up and ready. If you like to ink your white paper, of course, do that all before. I don't like to ink my white paper because for some reason it's like a kid eating spaghetti. It's just going to get smeared everywhere. And I don't know why. It's almost like white is an ink magnet. Okay. We're going to set those aside, and we're going to set our white. So we'll keep those all together because we will be coming back and grabbing those. Now, I want you to take out, well, to grab your package of ephemera. One thing that is a big helper with ephemeras, and you've seen our designers use it, especially if you're going to use Doodlebug. Jan uses, they're the puzzle sorters. See, right now I've got all my different, I got my Doodlebug, all my different things in there, because it just makes it so nice. And you just get these on Amazon. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to pull out. I'm not going to keep this plastic packaging. And it's pretty easy. So you'll see the frames are pretty much on the bottom. So I'm going to just stick my fingers in there and grab all those cute words and things that we're going to have to dig through, because they're piled. You're going to have so many left over. You're going to have so much fun with this. I mean, wow, that's all I could say when I saw how much is in here. I haven't really worked a lot with 49 and Market. I did add a class during our retailers thing, and then this one, and I'm loving it. So you also have these that you can fussy cut out, so definitely keep. I'm just going to pop those in there. Right now I don't need that, but what we need is our frames. And then you've got all the other, it's like playing, you guys, it's like playing dollhouse. Look at this. I think it is about 110 pounds. Okay, so we are going to be using every single frame of the square. I did not have any frame left over that I remember. No, I did not. So we've got our little frames. And we're going to just we want to keep those handy. Okay, we are done with box number 4. So you can clip those together, but it's good to keep them out handy, and I'll show you which ones I used. Because it was a little confusing even during the live that I did with Janine, because some of them are pretty close. But if you get the wrong one, it's okay. It's so beautiful. So you don't have to worry about that. Now let's jump up to box number 3. Sorry, you'll hear beeping a little bit because I've got to turn the heat on and off. It gets hot and then cold. Okay, let's grab our dividers. And you want to grab your inserts. This is going to be totally up to you. I did change a little bit what's in the instructions when it comes to my dividers. So I have the appetizers. Then I have vegetables. Then I did breakfast, side dish. I didn't quite put them in the order of what I wanted, but I've got entrees, bread and pasta, soup, and desserts. So you can also use different words. I'm going to follow what's on the instructions this time, which was appetizers, bread and pasta, breakfast, desserts, vegetables. It looks like soups and salads. I just took the word soups because I don't need help with salads. So what we're going to do is now we're also going to take out our rub-ons. And just go ahead and open those. Again, super nice piece of cardboard. I wouldn't throw it away. Okay, now you want to decide. So what we're going to do here is, the first thing we're going to do, we have these little white tabs, and we're going to rub on the words. Then we're going to move that onto our tabs if you want. But what we're going to do is you're going to decide, you're going to have to look kind of, let's see, there was none on the second sheet. They're all on this first sheet that look like this. The other one is more words and phrases. So we can put that one away for now. We don't use that on this. And then again, you can choose your words. So you have meat. I'm going to kind of show you. You have meat, sauces, sweet and sticky you could use, breakfast recipe, bread and pasta, vegetables, stew, holiday recipes, beverages. So you can pick out the ones you want to use. It doesn't have to be exactly what's in the book, but we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We have 8. And then we will be putting them on. So I'm going to kind of follow what's in the instruction sheet. So we want vegetables. And I found it was easier to cut them out. So you want to choose 8. You could even put family favorite. Now, some of them won't fit, so you need to double check that. So, for instance, soup and salads, I just took the word soup. So we're going to just cut out 8 words. And there's appetizers. Some of them we have to make a pathway for. No. Same with bread and pasta. You can divide those up, which actually I'm going to cut it, and that's what I want to do because I do make bread. We don't buy it at the store. My husband now is spoiled rotten and he won't eat it from the store. So Tanya and I are always changing bread recipes. So I'm going to have a bread, and I'm not going to put pasta with it because I don't need to. So again, you see, you can decide what works for your family. Now, breakfast. So what have we got here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We need 3 more. Let's find for sure desserts. We have to kind of go on a scavenger hunt here. So desserts. I'm trying to find this other one. Yep, desserts, breakfast, entrees. Let's find entrees. Did I already get entrees? No. I wish you guys could talk back and say, there it is. Let me make sure entrees isn't over here. Shouldn't be. These were just the words. I mean, the phrases. There's breakfast. Sorry, it sounds like I'm talking to myself. Okay, guys. Help me find entrees. Did anybody find entrees? You would think I would know since I've already used it once. I wish my heater didn't beep. Sorry about that. Oh, there it is. Entrees is above crispy chicken. Now we're going to use some tweezers. Tweezers does help on this one. And I need one more. And so I'm just going to pick one. That one, oh, soups, vegetables, appetizers, desserts, bread. Breakfast, entrees. And let's go with holiday. I'm going to go with holiday recipes. But I think the word holiday is the only thing that will fit. Okay. So we have our words. And now on this the white section, I'm going to start here with breakfast. Oh, this did not come. This doesn't come with like a scraper tool. Mine didn't. I don't think yours does either. So we just want to use our bone folder. And we have to take the plastic. So when you take the plastic off, that's where it's at. It's super tiny, I know. And we're going to just lay it on the white. Oh, it took my S. Okay, we're not going to use breakfast. I'll pick a different one in just a minute. Maybe I will go with bread and pasta. Okay, I won't use that one. Again, unless you are a perfectionist, we're not looking for perfect because it is kind of hard to get them lined up super perfect. And if you're familiar with using vinyl on your Cricut, don't just pull it off. There we go. Because you want it to stay. Now, like my holiday recipe, we need to see if it'll all fit. And during the class, they were kind of just squishing them up, but I don't want to squish them up. I'm just going to cut holiday off because I will know that that's holiday recipes. And if you have fabulous handwriting, you can also write these in. But these are fun. Let's use our pokey tool. Once you get the hang of it, it does go a little bit faster. Now our entrees. Be careful when trying to recenter it. Sometimes it likes to suck right down. So where it lands is where it stays. And it's gloomy here. It's going to rain. We're supposed to have snow, I think, tomorrow. So this is like the perfect project to be working on. It's actually fun. Let's go with desserts. Grab the little top there. Longer words are a little bit easier. My S does not want to give it up. And that's the nice thing. We've got quite a few extras. So if you have a boo-boo, like my desserts, you could use another one, but I'm just going to take my marker. And we're going to fix that right there. Okay, appetizers. And if you don't know what you want to put on there, you don't have to. You definitely can do this later. And just, I added mine later. We lost the little A, so let's go back here. There we go. Just go slow. Nope, we're going to lose an S. And we're going to lose an S anyway. Oh, goodness. Mine are not playing very nice. So we'll just fill that right in. And like I said, soups and salads, they're just not going to fit. So I'm going to go with soup. That's another thing we make a lot of. because we have a lot of recipes to hand down. So this is a great gift for that. And the thing is, choose 2 or 3. If you're doing this as a gift, you'll see in each section, I would choose, well, I think you have room for 3 or 4. I would just choose 3 or 4 of the family favorite recipes to put in there. We like to put everything in there, but you could do this as a family, just family favorite, absolute family favorite. And that way you don't get stuck with, oh my gosh, I want that recipe and that recipe. Let's see. Let's get rid of the paper. Oops. Yes, these are a little difficult to work with. Remember, just go slow. Slow and low. 7. So I need to pick one more, because I messed that one up. Okay, let's go with side dish. Went a little more lopsided. Oh, maybe I can. There we go. We can save it. We did it. Okay. Woohoo. Now, I'm going to grab one of my dividers to show you. Oh, I don't want to throw that away. So we just want to start at the top and go down. But when we do this, we need to have, let me take one off, for instance. So we're going to fold these over. So it needs to be on the top here, just like I'm going to put them down. And you do need to use glue. So when you're looking at your divider here where it folds in half, we want to put the word right up here in this top. And it doesn't matter which one. I'm just going to start with the first one. And you do want to add glue. I did not add glue in the first one, and I had to go back and glue everything down. I haven't either, Terry, until this album, and I'm like, yeah, I do like them. So we're just going to go all the way across. And we are going to add adhesive. Whether you want to add 1/8 of an inch score tape, But I'm going to use art glitter glue. And this is another reason I use a cloth, so I don't smear anything. That's how I'm setting those on there. And I'll grab my second page. And that's what's nice. You do have some extras for boo-boos. So if you make a mistake and you accidentally say put it on this back side, then just write it on. You'll be okay. Or you can pick another one. And some of mine are crooked from the rub-on. And that's okay because it's handmade. Okay. Now this is where now you're going to kind of decide how you want to set yours up. And I want to show you something. So without glue, do you see what's happening here? Yeah, I have to go back and get some more. Oh yeah, it's going to come right off. And I don't know how I got these ones on so straight, but I did. Yeah, everything is going to have to be glued. But what's so nice, even the tabs, you're going to see how heavy they are. Super, super nice. As I hit my phone, I'm sorry about that. Okay. I'm going to start with appetizers because that's usually what we always start with in a recipe album. So we're going to take the first one of our dividers, and our first one will go right up to the top. And what I'm going to do is add adhesive lightly on the whole thing. Trust me, you want to do this. So my holes are going to be to the left, and I'm going to match this up to the top, and then you know where the little groove goes? See, that's where it sits. And then hopefully I'll get it on straight. And that one's going to go to the very top. You know what? And it is so much quicker if you just rip it off there and put it on. Yes. But if you don't add adhesive, you're going to go back and you're going to see that it fell off, or you're going to have to refix it. And that's no fault of the manufacturer. It's just the way the adhesive is. So now I'm going to kind of put my, and let's take what would come after appetizers, probably entrees. We're going to fold that in half. Now that's going to sit where that ends. I'm going to try and get my other one So let's put it at the top of our scoreboard. Bring it in a little bit. Just so that the bottom mat, now there we go, is even with the top of my tab here. Try and keep it straight. I mean, they're not going to be right next to each other. We're going to have fun stuff in between the pages. So, I mean, it doesn't have to be super perfect. Entrees. Let's go with soups. We'll go with, for me, I'm going to go with vegetables and soup. Oh, how about we get another insert out first? How is everyone doing? And are you having fun? Now I'll do soups. Remember, you can set yours up any way you like. Now, my next four, I'll start back up at the top. And that's the look we're going for. We'll grab our next four. Now we can do side dishes. One thing I did not put on here was breakfast. Breakfast was one, I believe, that was on the instruction sheets, but my breakfast is toast. So there's nothing fancy here. So once again, we're just going to line this up with the top. I don't know. This is fun. I think this is such a relaxing project. The colors, just everything draws me in. I just love it. Of course, I love green. Make that even with my tab. Now, you may have an easier way to do this. So bread. Oh, you know, one thing I didn't see on there was cookies, but I'll put that under holiday. I was making cookies last night for hours. My husband was whining. And I found the best gingerbread recipe. I got that down a little far, but that's okay. And now I can pop that recipe in here. Just kind of keeping each sheet lined up. And holiday, and then, or maybe I'll go desserts and then holiday. We'll make holiday last. Oops, up there, just here. Okay. There. Got him a little cockeyed. So my last one is easy. I really don't need to. We're going to put it down here towards the bottom. What I'm going to do on one of our inserts after I put this down, I want to show you with the hole enforcers. Now I did not glue my other ones down, and as you could see in my book, they're all coming off, but we're not going to do that. This is something you can do after, and I would suggest you do it after so they're all uniform. Otherwise you might end up with some of them under the paper, over the paper, or your paper will be crooked. I found that out. It's just you can do it before or you can do it after. So I'm just going to take one and show you. And these are so neat. I just love them. You will use all of them, basically. So I'm going to just take out two, start with one, and you'll see it's square, fits the bottom perfect. This one I'll put on, but I will not be putting them on until after. And they look really nice. We also put them, my book's upside down, but you see how they're just flopping in the wind now? I got to go in and glue them. So we did put them on the I think we had enough for the I did not put them on the plastic. That was the only place. But as you can see, they are just flopping everywhere. And the goal was originally I wanted it under the paper, but I'm not going to. So if you do want them underneath the papers, then you will want to go ahead and glue these all down first. Just know this one, this takes a little extra time, but it's worth it. And the video is a recorded video, so if you decide that's what you want to do. But I went on and put all mine on after. Okay. I put them all on after, and see how it was fine when it came over on the paper. That look was fine with me, but you gotta glue those down. No ifs, ands, or buts, or they're not going to stay. And that's all there is to that, is putting those down when you're done. Okay, so we've got our inserts all finished. And we have 8 of those. Now we get to do some fun stuff. Hi, Sandy. Okay, so I'm going to put those where I don't lose them also. Okay, we just finished up with 1, 2, 3, and 4. We can turn our page. This is the fun. Now the assembling begins. Okay, I want you to grab your paper pad of your 6x8. And you have 2 of everything, basically. So we're going to start with our appetizers. And we're going to do the front, and we're going to do the back. And what we're going to do is we're just putting these down where they need to go. And right now, I hope you still kept yours in order. I don't have any name to tell you what to put on there. So let me see if I can, oh, reference. Let's reference the back. See these? Just set that aside for a second. We're going to start with, on the back is your kitchen silverware, and we're starting with appetizers. So our very first tab, so just put your tabs in order of how your book is going to go. Oh, Sandy, did you like it? Okay, this is going to go on first. Now, you do need to put it over to the right towards the tab. Let me show you. So there's my holes. You don't want to be to the left. You want to be here to the right. And again, you can put down as we're going. If you want to put these down first, let me give you an idea how it looks. I'm not worried about sticking because it won't stick. So you have plenty of room. Okay, if you're going to ink, let's go ahead. And you do. Oh, I know. I'm sorry. I've been doing classes and kits, and if you call me, I will be there a little more in December because I have to fill in. Employees are going on vacation. We got our kits, and I'll be teaching a class on February 6th in our store with the Doodlebug paper. So we're making the cutest little folio. Let me just get my dauber inked up here, and I won't have to open that every single time. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're just going to put our paper down. It is directional, and on the, ow, my finger popped. And on the back is all the kitchen utensils. Oh, I've never, shoot, you should have told me you were coming in. Are you sure he was coming in to meet me, or was he coming in to say, quit taking my wife's money? I'm just kidding. Okay, and it does cover that tab. The back, we do not have anything on here. We're going to be building that cute little waterfall. Okay, so that one, let's just set that aside. So remember, we're going in order of how you put your tabs on. So it's the second one down. Mine is the entrees. Now we're going to put, see this one? This is the one that's going to go down. So we have the triangle green at the top and bottom, and the darling cut aparts on the back. Remember, keep over to the right, away from the holes. Move that glue around and let's turn it to the back. Now for this one, we are going to use, and I did in my original book, I think I used I used the wrong one in my original book, and that's okay because there's two plaids, let me show you, that are very similar. There's that plaid. And there is a wavy plaid. Now in my book, I kind of goofed and I used the wavy plaid, but it was a-okay. So I want to show you exactly what is on your on your instruction book. Oh, yay. That makes me so happy that he said that. And he's right. It is way more prettier. Because we don't stock just everything that because it's out there. We stock what is quality, and we know that you're going to love. Well, I only stock what I'm going to use. And so if I'm not going to use it, it's very hard for me to sell it. So we're going to glue this down. So right now our goal is to get our inserts glued down, and then we're going to go back and add our pretty stuff to it. And it'll be a little bit later than noon, and then we'll break and we'll have about an hour break. Eat, get our coffee, get caught up, and then we'll start again. And there's our front, and there's our back. Again, you want to keep them in order as much as possible. Okay, then our third one which is our vegetables. And here's the thing I want to show you. I'm really not following the paper on the book per se. I'm following what I did in my book. So if it looks a little different, you can refer back to your little booklet here. Or you can just follow what I'm doing. I only made a couple of changes from when we did the class, and it wasn't much. So I turn this back over to the front because I'm going to add the second sheet, whoops, with the triangles at the top. Because sometimes it is very hard to follow a picture for me. And Sandy, remember too, when you come in, if I don't have it though, I can get it for you. So while you're doing the tutorial, remember, keep in mind, if you're seeing I use one that's a little bit different than the instructions, you can make that choice. I'm going to tell you, because she was going so darn fast, pulling out sheets, and we had to put it down and move to the next. We had to do this in 4 hours. And I'm not doing that to you. I can't do that to you because I talk too much. Okay, let's flip that over, and we're going to get out one of my favorites. Again, whoops, I really am wanting to keep these in order, but we want the tiles. Gorgeous. It's just all so gorgeous. There we go. That's that wavy plaid I told you about. So we're going to turn this over. This album just has so much charm to it. When you look at it, when you go back, you're going to just love putting some recipes or photos in here for yourself, or if it's a gift. It's just beautiful. And now I'm on my soups. Yours might be just a hair different. And we're going back to this one. So this will be our second one. We're using this side. You're going to love when we start decorating this. It's so different than any other binder I've done. And it's just, I'm happy with this. You guys are going to be too. Can't wait to get more in stock. And I do hope that Janine will make more of the binders to go with her paper collections, because it is a beautiful binder. But if you don't have a binder, grab yourself one of the doodle bugs, especially in brown. I would grab, I have the brown one I was going to use, because you're going to be able to make this in other binders. Not exact, but it will be fun and close. Okay, let's turn this over to the back side. And we want to find all of that fun milk cream right here on the front and on the back. Now, if you do like a sped up version, when we're done and the recording is on, you will be able to have, you guys have, do you know if you go to that cogwheel after it's done and formatted and it's saved, you can speed up, and you can also add your captions if you need captions with this. Otherwise, we're just going to take it nice and slow and fun, so it's enjoyable. Okay, for my bread. Now, this is where I had boo-booed before, so let me get over here, because I'm going to attempt to do this correct with you guys, because the thing is, it's not shown in the photo. And I got to make sure I pull the right one, because we do a cutting of one. And we use a card of one. I should have given you where we're at. So let me show you something. This is where you might get confused too on number 5. If you're going by your instruction sheet, you see those up there and you see those up there. Then when you get over here to number 7, you're going to be like, there's those and there's those. But we've used those sheets, right? Right. And that is where I thought they were going to fix these in the instructions. So I do apologize, because you're supposed to use the tab, the front cover from your paper pack. Here we go. Oh, she did change. Oh, sorry. It is on there. Okay. It is on there. They did change that. Now, one thing that we did on this is we did use a knife. And then we also because we're going to cover all this with our photo. And then we're going to have some trimming with the knife. Let me find you that other piece to trim with the knife. So, there goes the dog. Okay. You may not want to. One thing we did here was we trimmed, and this is the one we're going to use next. We trimmed this so that we could have the table open, and so that you could slide your photo mat, which is going to be one of these white. Let me show you. And you're going to be able to slide it in there so that this comes over on the top. So if you want to do this, if not, I'm going to show you what I did. Because I found if you're not great or don't like the fussy cutting, and you can kind of see my chairs back behind there. Darn these things. There's the cupboard. So that darn dog, you can cut this out right here. So you can slide this underneath, and this is all going to show. But let me tell you what happened. When we started putting this on top, I was kind of like, why did I do all that cutting? Because, oh, Kim, I'm so sorry. Why did I do all this fussy cutting with my blade? I went around here. Then I slid my white mat in there, and then I covered it up with food. So I'm going to be truthfully honest with you. I'm not going to cut it. If you would like to cut it, I'm going to just kind of walk you through without cutting. You're going to use a straight edge knife. You're going to go around this edge. You're going to go around here as if I was cutting. Then you're going to go around these little elements. Okay. Don't go all the way down. And then you can slide your white photo mat. But you're going to cover it all up. I ended up covering it all up. I didn't see any way not to cover it up because we were using all those fun things. So I'm going to say the choice definitely is going to be yours. But I'm just going to take my photo mat like I did in my original one. I'm going to place it up here at the top. You're going to still see the cupboard. You're going to see some of the chairs. We're going to cover this with food. And to me, it's beautiful. But if you'd like to do that, then you'll need to do that before you put it down. I'm not doing it. I tell that to Tanya all the time. I ain't going to do it. I mean, I would do it if I felt that it enhanced it, but I I really feel that you too may get a little frustrated when you go to cover it up and say, why did I do all that work? And then I'm covering it up. It is hard, but look at what happens. Let me show you. We have all this beautiful food we're going to put here. We're going to pop up some stuff. We're going to turn it into such a beautiful picture. And then we've got the cupboard in the back. And I just felt I'm not cutting it out. But I want you to know that it is an option of what you'll see in your instruction sheet, I believe. So when you get to that part and you say, Tammy didn't do that, I ain't doing it. And I'm going to show you some other fun things too, because you have plenty of elements left over. When you get to that point, I'll show you something. So we will be using these. I use them a little different also. Look at this. All you have to do is pop that one up. So you have some very similar elements, except for a dining room table, I believe. And this is where I talked about in the beginning that I was going to show you. I'm not cutting some of the things because we have so many beautiful things to work with that. But it was a fun option for class. It really was when she taught. Okay, let's flip this baby over. And we're going to use one of my favorites. We're looking for like the barn wood, like the old wood. There it is. Look at the shading and how beautiful. His name is Dennis Bruton that made this collection, and love what he's been doing. He did this with the school also. If you saw his academia. And Sandy Trefker. Did you create a text spot for the food embellishment? Nope, you don't need one because we're going to lay it over on top. And that was the thing. It gets laid over on top. So you're going to love this. They're so pretty. You'll see when we start punching them out. They're big, huge embellishments that we don't have to cut apart, but they cover that whole bottom. Oh, you know what? You could have a text spot for that, yes, but you would tuck them in, but you're going to hide the food. So, oh, Kim, you haven't? Have you seen our designers? We have 13 designers, or I believe there's 13 of us. I can never keep track anymore. I mostly build the albums. I've just kind of gotten into some of these because, well, they're beautiful. But I still, and our designers, we teach you how to make books from scratch. Oh, Kim, you've been missing out on a lot of tutorials. Oh, Denise. No, Denise, you don't have to have a text spot. Oh, wait a minute. I think you mean a text spot for our picture. Yes. So when you put your photo in, you'll see how that is created naturally. Gosh, I can't get the heat regulated. The text spot, yes, will be created naturally for our photo to go there. So there is a text spot there. Everywhere that you see that there is a text spot that we will be putting our photo behind. Okay. So now our next insert. Okay, now our next insert, this one I am going to cut. So it's this one, and we're using the front here. What's going to happen is this is going to cover all that writing, and then we put embellishments over here. For this one, I am going to cut around this. We're going to tuck things back. This is not hard to cut. The other one was very hard to cut. Oh, thank you. Yes, thumbs up, guys. Thank you. Okay, I need to turn it upside down. What I'm going to do is I'm going to cut along here. we're going to be adding greenery from our packaging we have in our packages. So what I'm going to do is cut see where the stove is right there. I'm going to cut down to that side and that side. So let me start there so that you can see, and it really isn't too bad to cut. Poke your hole first, but the paper is thick. Because this, we do not want to cover up. I'm not worried about cutting the plant. I'm cutting the side because I'm going to add embellishments that will be put there if I want. We're going to go straight across. And don't get too worried about curves and things being absolute perfect. Because we put some plants, we're going to be adding some things that are very pretty. Olive oil bottles that are going to cover up any of your boo-boos. Now, over here, where you see some wording, that's where we're going to put some bottles. So no worries at all. And that's what that's going to look like. Okay, now we can go ahead and I'm going to ink my cabinet. Okay, I forgot. If you do not want to do that, then you can wait till the end, because no worries. You do have some other things you can use. I can't remember what all, but you can use some of the other things that come in here. Plus, you're not going to believe once we get into here. See, these are all big pieces. There's more big pieces in here. There's like, what, 4 sheets? Huge amount. Wait till you see the stuff in here. Okay. So if you do not want to cut that, no worries. You're going to have stuff to embellish with. Okay, we're going to go around our edges. When gluing this down, do not get glue back here. Okay, we just want the glue up and around here, a little bit at the bottom, and of course around it. Oh, how about we grab our next insert. Did I get mine out of order? I did. I've lost a couple of inserts. Here we go. Only I can lose inserts. Now, I may have got my inserts out of order here, guys. Yeah, ours are going to be a little off, but that's okay. I see what I did. See what I did? I grabbed one out of the center. And that's the nice thing with this album. It's okay. So just along the bottom. Yeah, I messed up my inserts there. Along the side, but not on the back there. See, this is the one I had put the inserts on, and it fits nicely. So I won't put that on yet because we're going to go back and put those on. When I turn this one over, our next one has kind of a dark background. And wording. There it is. The front, this is my favorite. It's so pretty. Makes you just want to walk in there and start pulling dishes off. But we're going to use this side. Hi, Heidi. I can't wait till we start making these come alive. With all of the embellishments. You're going to just love this. And for those of you just joining us, we will have more of these kits in January. I think we just had somebody walk in. Oh, it's the dog, Daddy. He hates when I say the dog. He's the dog's daddy. Okay, let's put that one aside. Now, remember, we may have gotten a little off, but with this book, it doesn't matter because these really do not pertain like to a certain food. And so that's what's really nice about them. Okay, so we've got our next insert. We have 2 more inserts, so we're doing really good. And this one will have the door in the corner. Oh, I didn't, Heidi. Oh, that is great to hear. I don't like when you guys get charged all those fees. I wish there was just some way around it, but there's not. Now, the only it does say desserts, but you know, it's okay. Heidi, I didn't know when you called. If you just called a few minutes ago, I was in here. We were in the happy place. I just have to. Did you bring me a donut? Did you bring me one? Mm-hmm. Okay, you're lucky you came home. No, I'm kidding. Our friend owns a donut shop, so he went up there this morning. No, I don't want it now. I told him he better bring me back some. Oh, but the dogs want cookies. Oh, that's great. Okay, back side. Let's find the herbs and spices. It should be, oh, it's right here. The back of a recipe card. So the front and the back. We're going to use the back. Okay, our last insert. We have the gate, and this is the back of our the back of the paper pad. I'm just going to turn this over. And let's go ahead and grab the one for the back. No, the back is going to be the other door. There it is. They're similar but different. Okay. The door is going to go on the front, or the gate into the garden, and the door will go on the back. So I'm going to go ahead and ink both of these up. And the door on the back. Okay, there's our inserts. So we have our inserts all matted. And once again, we're not going to do the decorating until we get everything, put down. And now we are going to move. Now, basically, I'm using my book. I am not using the instruction sheets. These are very good instructions. It's just, for me, it's better to see it. I don't know about you crafters, but I always want to say you girls. But I know we have some gentlemen that pop in, so I hate to say you girls. Sorry about that. But I'm going to now pop on over to where we want to do our pocket pages. And they are number 9. It's on page 6, number 9. And we have 2 of our inserts, of our pockets. And so these are going to be quick. We'll get these guys done. And again, I've got the instructions here for you, right? And you have your instructions. Okay. But what we're going to do is we're going to just do these 2 here at the bottom. So we're going to be using some of our recipe cards on this one. And then we want that green cupboard. Let me show you. So you want these 2. So these 2 we're going to use on the pocket, which is really nice that they fit the pocket, that they made the pocket to fit that. That is very nice. Then we have this one that's going to go down into the pocket. And then we want our wood grain again. Okay, I know I didn't use up my wood grain because we only pulled it for 1 sheet. Has anybody, do you still have your, oh, you know, I've got another pack I can look at. I don't want to get into another pack because we should have our wood grain. There it is. It's the back of this wood grain. I knew I didn't use that. And we are just going to do the fronts because the back is where we build waterfalls using our plastic, extra plastic sleeves. So first thing we want to do is go ahead and cut our panels of the recipe cards apart. And you just want to put it in the cutter at 4 inches. One will go on the left and one goes on the right. Now, I have to tell you, the back of one, which I'm not seeing. Okay, we'll pull that in just a minute because the back of one, we don't put paper on. Let me find my other pocket. Yes, we did. I put the wrong one on my book, so we'll follow it correctly. Well, Janine, she made it so this goes all the way down. It's up to you. You can cut this if you're wanting to save some paper. I don't know what you'd want to save it for, but it is made to go all the way down inside of the pocket. And then our cute little card will go on the front. So we're going to go ahead and ink the edges. Oh, and I do, yeah, these ones we do mat the backs. I think I told you wrong. We did mat the back on everything, I believe. So right now we're just doing the front of these two, and then we'll do the back. Let's put the first one down. Now you're going to notice the side does come open, and in reality it will stay closed on the rings, but I did glue it down. But you can get your hand in there. It's pretty nice. Then along this edge right here, I did glue it down. I always score things. They're not scored enough for me. Okay. The kitchen cabinet then sits at the bottom. Isn't that cute? It does feel off, but don't look at that, because we have to keep that uncovered. Okay, we're just doing the fronts right now. We're going to repeat the same thing with this piece. Yeah, I agree, Kim. Even if it's something I didn't make, I have to just make sure it's down. Now, you do put the rings or the whole protectors on these. So you do want to make sure it's over to the right. Got to burnish those pockets. They're not down enough. Let me get rid of some of these tools. Here we have the plants hanging in the right, and that goes down on the pocket. Makes it so easy to put together. Doesn't this make you feel like you're just in a cottage somewhere and it's snowing outside and you have hot tea? Okay, flip these guys over. And we want to take out the backs. So we have the wavy plaid. There we go again. There it is. It's the back side of the tiles. We're going to have that down on one. And then we want to have down on the other one. Once again, I swear there's more pictures of that paper than what we have, but there it is. I always say that and then I find it. So this is going to go down. But I think, okay, I really do think, guys, that I used the wrong one somewhere, but it's okay. I did. Remember I told you I got my plaids mixed up? So I have that plaid instead on one. So when you see the walkthrough, it looks different, which is okay. And then on this little guy here, I interchanged and I did it again. So we interchanged from your instruction sheets, but it's not a problem unless it bugs you. Because even on the instructions, so many of the papers will look the same. Yes, it's a whole kit. It sold out in 20 minutes when we got it. But we'll have more in January, Kim. Okay, so you guys, this was the one where on your instructions in 10, it's supposed to be the plain, and I intermixed them. And it's up to you if you are following this right on. They're great instructions, don't get me wrong, but there's no reference to what the papers are, so it does make it a little difficult, but they are so interchangeable that we are a-okay. I'm just taking another quick look. And I don't believe we've already used all that, so this is fine. And what I'm going to do for you on here when we do the back, because we don't put anything on the back but a photo mat. And actually, yeah, it's one of these. So when we put our photo mat, I'm actually going to bring it probably over here to the side a little bit more. Add our cute embellishments here, or you can still leave it in the center and still have reference to the stuff. Because if you're looking at your instructions as you're following it, you'll see what I mean. With no reference to the name of the paper, that's a little difficult. So this is where in the program we're going to go a little rogue. But it's the same borders. I think if they'd used a little different borders on some of them, it would have been better. $49 on Market didn't expect this to sell that fast either. And we had cases and cases and cases. I didn't even have any to put in the store. Once they got online, that was it. They were history. Oh, I don't think I glued down my pocket. Let me get that done. Okay, again, now we're going to keep over to the left-hand side. I do have online under Cottagecore, 49 a market. We do have the paper packs though, 12 by 12. I believe we have some of these embellishments, the different embellishments left. Okay, our 2 pockets are done. Our inserts are done. And the only thing we have left to put together before we decorate my inserts are kind of whacked up here. But let's do our inserts and then we're going to take a break so everybody get up, walk, move. Then we're going to come back and we're going to do these little guys this afternoon. And our Insta Flips that came in your kit. Okay, so let's go ahead. And does everybody have your inserts? So we're not going to do these till we return. Wait, everybody can get up, stretch, and eat. Okay, so let's go ahead and start with a 4x6 where we have 4x6 at the top and 4x6 at the bottom. And for those, we do want to open our recipe cards. So if you are waiting for your recipe cards, that's okay. They should be here any day. Now, if you have them, this is what they look like. You have them going vertical and horizontal. So, of course, for our 4x6, we want the horizontal. And we're just going to take the first one off the top. Writing goes on the back, so it's very nice. And it's going to sit right at the top. And I have my holes to the left. And I just need to let the store know I'm live. Super simple. We're just going to pop that in there for now. And then for the bottom, we are actually going to have 2 cards. And they're going to come off of our paper pack. And because there's a lot of graphics on the back, we're going to cut these at 4. And when we put them into our album, so we're going to just put them in like so. So you could write a recipe or put a photo, and you can also add something on the back. And ink up those edges. So we don't want to glue these together or tape them together. Oh, goodness. Sorry, guys. That was Wilbur. Okay, we're just going to pop those in there. And we do have decorations that will go on, that we'll come back to. But I found putting it together like this just really helped me to keep things kind of like or in order. And now we're going to want those cards that we did where we put the green, because we want to put the ones that have this nothing on the backs. So let's grab our 3x4. Let me mute you guys for a minute. It looks like they were in separate pockets. Let me pull that back. Well, we have others that are in separate pockets. So we're going to double check, Denise. Now, let me tell you one thing too. Oh, on number, no, that one was number. Oh, well, you know what, Denise? It's the way, let me show you. How do I explain this? Are you looking at number 12 right here? Oh, on 7? You're looking on number 7, on page 7 of the directions, top 11. No, it's actually like this, and they're not showing you the backs because I'm not seeing the backs. This is what we did in the class. I mean, this is what we had on the instructions. Now, you don't have to do them this way. See this one? So there's our plants at the bottom, and then it comes to the, and then the back. Yeah, there's only one. It's that recipe card we just did, and then this one. Now, if it looks different and feels different, this one, then this, because see, here's the back. See, that to me is what's weird. They're counting this as 11, and then these are the backs. But they're saying that above is the back of the page protectors. But they're right. Let's see. Well, I would always, I would make sure you question what I do, but see, when I look at the holes, so when I turn it over, I wish they would have done that a little different, but it's okay. We're getting there. Hopefully helping each other like that is so helpful. So these two guys, nothing on the back. So on 11, where we were just talking about, it does show the front. And these are going to be tight. But once you pull them in and out, mine really did loosen up. Mine has this little boo-boo here on my plastic sleeve. That one's pretty tight. And that little crunchy thing. Now we want to take out of our recipe cards again. And the picture shows that you have your coffee rings at the top and at the bottom. This one's going to be at the top. And we just have that at the back. and plain on the back. But you have enough white paper if you wanted to add some more photo spots, or if you want to, you're going to have plenty of decorations you can decorate the back with. It was fun to see how much was left over. Okay, so that's our second one. Now we want to do is it just me or does anybody else lose their, there we go. Okay, we have a 4x6. Now we got to come back and decorate it. You're not going to see this 4x6 in there. We're going to come back and decorate it with washi tape, but we're going to go ahead and get it put inside. And it happens to be this plaid piece. And the front is just your journaling, but we are going to add those washi tape strips. Oh, I didn't ink my other recipe card. I did, but no big deal. Now this one shows your washi tape at the top, and then this shows just your plain green at the back. So I have my holes to the left, and my green will go in first, and we will pull that out later and decorate. Then we have one more. Oh, this one we did not use. The one that has the 4x4s all throughout it. We did not use this in our book. So this one you can just take out. It was not used. And then when you find that you have leftovers, so there's 4x4s at the top and the bottom. Now this book, you wouldn't know it, but when we start decorating and adding our foam tape, so I'm going to show you what you'll want when you come back. And I want to show you the 3 inserts. Now that one had a boo-boo too. Mine, I had some boo-boos on mine, so I made sure hopefully nobody else's did, and I took those out. There's this one. Oh, so I have to show you. We are going to change this up. Here's what we did. And it was kind of a cool idea. She actually just taped those to the outside. So they became, see, they're permanent, and I really can't take them off. We taped it to the outside to make it look like a page. Oh, hold on. Maybe that was our 4x4. Hold on, friends. We did use this. It's been a while. Now, see, I'm not really seeing that in the instruction sheets. Maybe because I'm not looking. There's our 2. No, we did not. But oh, there's that one. This will be easier to turn the way I'm going to show you when we come back. 2. Okay, we did use it. We did, and we taped. Okay, and we're going to tape those over. So hold on a second. We still have these guys. So we did use these 2. Let me show you. So we do use our 4x4. I forgot that. We're going to pop these in. Yeah, number 11 at the top. We went so fast in class. And I'm the type that needs to see it done and not read instructions. And then I follow my finished projects. Okay, mine's not wanting to go in because, see, I've got that bent. but we're going to get it in there because it will help smooth it out. Yeah. These are packaged by the factory, and it's like, okay, where's QA? QA obviously did not check these too well. You can use a little bit of heat to straighten them out if that's the case, but be careful. Okay. Now you're going to want the recipe cards again. Actually, they're not the recipe cards. They're our sheets. Because we used a heavy duty, well, it's not really heavy duty, but it is heavier duty red line tape. So we're going to use, I'm going to show you what I used. I used this one. And then I used this one. So these are the two I used. We did not use this one. So we're going to use this. The back has those guys. Then we're going to take our card that had this, because we need to use both of those. We're going to put those at 4. Now, what we did, and so this was cool. I forgot. We taped this, so we didn't use the 2 4x4s, and we're going to tape it right on top. And for that, you do want to have, okay, it's so funny. My brother came to play ball with the Beagles, and he's 70, so he loves doing it. And Wilbur just stole the ball and brought it down here and won't let anybody have it. He's being naughty. Now we can get out either your red line, score tape will work. I just happen to have some red line from our past event because I put it in the kits. So I'm going to put this on the front, and the front is considered with this thing right here. And also, I love doing this together because then, you know what, it makes me do it. And I'm going to get it done. And then I'm going to find a book it's going to fit in because I don't have another binder. But I have these beautiful pages because I had to give my binder to someone who's had a broken one. No, I didn't have to. It was the right thing to do. All right, we're going to just put some heavy duty stick tape. Only thing, I can't tear this tape. All righty. And this, if you bought this to be a gift, trust me, you don't want to give it away. I know some of you bought 2 and 3 of them. So I have a feeling you're going to keep one for yourself, and I don't blame you. Okay. Now, this is where we're going to just adhere it to the top. And let's do the same with the back. Yeah, that's way it goes. So now this is on the outside, and you can actually write on it, which is nice. Wilbur. He's a poop. He's taking the ball from his siblings. It's hard to get a hold of. Okay, we can just put that right on top. And there we go. We made it through there. Okay, this is where we're going to go ahead and we'll break. And when we come back, we have to do our cute little inserts. And then we're going to do our Instaflip sheets. And then we're going to decorate. So we will have this done in the next segment. And it's 12:30. So I'll be back at 1:30 live. And that'll give everybody a chance to either catch up, or if you're just joining us. And then we'll come back and we will finish up. But I have to show you how cute these become. And I want to show you. So these I'm going to do totally different than the instruction sheets, because having its own holes, well, it's nice, but it doesn't have holes. We have to create this. So just so you know, I'm going to be creating. So if you want to do yours this way, that's okay. I am creating this to where the flip now is actually going to be on here. And it will, it's going to give this, it's going to flip that way with the page instead of independently. So I'll show you how to, though, if you want to do it this way and cut your holes. But I'm finding it's not wanting to flip very well in my book. Okay, guys, well, we'll be back after a brief intermission. We need some coffee and food, and we will continue. See you in an hour. Bye-bye.